Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, July 11th. You can see cloud cover out this morning, pretty uniform across the Great Lakes. So we got pretty steady temperatures in the mid 60s. And the headlines over the next couple of days, warm and humid today. We got a chance of a few showers or thunder showers this morning, especially across the western part of the state. As sun rises, these storms will weaken, and we'll see just a few showers across central Michigan into the eastern part of the state. But again, the best chance of a shower or thunder shower this morning will be across the west. And then for tomorrow into Wednesday, very hot, very humid with dew points up around 70 and temperatures around 90. And we expect some storms possibly on the strong side as we get into later tomorrow through Wednesday night as the cold front begins to push this way. And that'll usher in a little bit cooler, drier air as we get into Thursday and Thursday night. But till then, it's going to be very sticky, very warm and humid. Again, temperatures over the next couple of days could reach around 90 degrees. Our normals for the day, our normal high is 84, the normal low is 59. And across the Great Lakes yesterday, you can see temperatures mainly in the low 80s with lows around 60. Blissfield picked up 700 of an inch of rain. St. Thomas 200ths of an inch of rain, and they've now had measurable rainfall 4 straight days, but the total is only around a quarter to 3/10 of an inch. But still, persistent cloud cover with a little bit of precipitation, no doubt, helping out at least a little bit there. If we look at the current conditions across MAC, temperatures mainly in the mid 60s across the state. And again, if we look across the Great Lakes in general, temperatures mainly in the 60s across much of Michigan. Some warm air that's going to be pushing in from the west, temperatures in the 70s, and that's what's touching off some of that shower and thunder shower activity this morning. If we look at the currently the MAC lightning detection network, we got the hardware installed here at Ransom Road, and you can see it's picking up lightning strikes all the way back into Wisconsin and Illinois, and those will be moving off to the east. And I think there's at least a chance of a few thunder showers across the area, again, especially across the western half of the state. If we look at radar, you can see some of that shower and thunder shower activity developing here as it crosses the lake. And again, if it holds together, maybe a few areas could pick up a few hundredths of an inch, maybe even a tenth or so in areas that pick up a thunder shower. But again, for the most part, this won't be too heavy of precipitation, at least we don't expect it to be. Again, an isolated thunder shower is possible, or it could rain pretty hard because we do have a pretty juicy air mass in place. For us, most of our storms are going to wait until tomorrow afternoon, and especially for tomorrow night into Wednesday night as that cold front gets closer. As far as growing degree days around the different locations at MAC, you can see we're in great shape despite being about 2 weeks later in planning than we were last year. We've caught up in most areas to previous years. And you can see in Breckenridge, we're even making a run for normal despite, again, about a 2.5 week later planning date. And if we look at the Brown City, also in great shape, warmer than all the previous years that we're tracking here as being key years to get at least that kind of growing degree day numbers put out to have a decent crop. And again, Newaygo, again, they're making good headway as well. I think all areas are in great shape. We've only got warmer weather over the next 45 to 90 days that's coming our way. We should be much above average, I think, as far as temperatures during that period. As far as the 20-year average here in Breckenridge, the last 20 growing seasons, we're certainly doing quite well. We're in the upper tier of growing degree days for this time of the year, and we should only see that number increase again as we do expect a pretty warm pattern here for the rest of the summer. You can see in the soil conditions, temperatures are very warm, and these numbers here are much lower, no 200s out there, indicating we've got some good soil moisture that has returned into the ground, but we need some follow-up rains, and I think we'll get those this week, as I think many areas will see over a ½ inch of rain over the next couple of days, and I suspect many areas may pick up over an inch. If we look at the soil moistures percent of normal, you can see July showing up a little more green now, but it is still fairly early in the month and we could dry down. But for now, we're in good shape. And again, with the rain we're expecting here over the next couple of days, we should see these numbers help drive the overall 2 months and 10-day average up. As you can see, it's very dry in some of these areas from Breckenridge, Newaygo, London, and St. Thomas, some of the drier areas. And again, St. Thomas area, very dry, only 40% of the normal rainfall here for the last 2 months and 10 days. If we look at the weather map this morning, you can see low pressure well off to our west as we got a consistent area of troughing pushing into the west, and they even expected some snow at Yellowstone. Again, very cold air out there. That's going to help pump up the ridge across the eastern United States, and the battle zone will see showers and thunderstorms move across the area over the next several days. As that warm air begins to push into the Great Lakes, again, pretty good chance of thunderstorms. And you can see off to our west, severe storms and very heavy rainfall back into Minnesota and Iowa and back down towards Nebraska and Kansas. If we look at the forecast map for tomorrow, is that cold front begins to inch our way. The warm front pushes in, and we're going to see again, I think, temperatures before the storms, I think, have a good shot at hitting 90 or better across much of the MAC area tomorrow, with severe storms off to our west, leaning into the state by late in the day, and some heavy rains off to our west. And then by Wednesday, we expect some of the severe weather to make it into the state. And again, would not be surprised if that's extended farther north. Certainly a marginal risk at the very least for severe thunderstorms over the next couple of days after we get into Tuesday. And again, as that cold front comes through, another round of thunderstorms are expected Wednesday night, and those could be on the severe side. And then behind this system, a little bit cooler air as we get into Thursday. Again, as far as up, that one's an old map. I apologize for that, but certainly these are about right. We can see temperatures in the low to mid 90s, and that would be for the day on Wednesday or Tuesday. Looks like the hottest day right now, and into Wednesday. As far as precipitation across the Great Lakes, you can see that northwest to southeast flow around that big area of heat off to our south and west. But as that begins to push this way, some generous amounts of rainfall could be found across the Great Lakes here over the next 2 to 3 days. As far as severe weather, this is the day 2 outlook for Tuesday. You can see marginal risk for much of the MAC area, with the exception of the southeast part of the state, and even a slight risk once you get up towards areas around from Muskegon up towards Pellston. And then for on Wednesday, that moves a little bit farther to the southeast, anywhere from around Oscoda and All Grays down towards Mount Pleasant and Clare, and then down towards Kalamazoo or so. So again, we'll have to keep an eye on this. This could shift a little bit farther to the southeast. Would not be surprised to see that happen. So keep your eye to the sky here as we get into Tuesday night through Wednesday night. Thanks for stopping by, and have yourself a great work week, and 73s to all.